What's up, everyone? Welcome to Ashley Talks Movies. Finally getting around to doing my review of C, one of the new series that debuted on Apple TV+. I already did a review on the morning show, so you can check that out in the link below if you're interested. Yeah, I didn't really like that show. But anyway, back to C. The series stars Jason Momoa, Alfre Woodard, and it's set in this post-apocalyptic dystopian future where humanity has been rendered sightless, so no one can see. But all that's disrupted, or things change, once these two babies are born with the ability to see. So what did I think of C? Let's get to the review. So let me say from the very beginning that I only watched the first episode of C. I haven't watched the other episodes that have been released. So my review is strictly on the first episode, which I did not like at all. I take that back. I didn't like it, but there were some things that I did like about it. We'll get into those. I was very intrigued by the premise of the show, which I mentioned before. It's set in a future where people can't see, right? So I was interested by that premise. Like, what would society be like? How would that work? And for the most part, the show tries to answer that in its own way. You're introduced to this tribe, the Alchemy Tribe, I think that's how it's pronounced. And so you see how their village is kind of set up. It's set up in like this grid, and they've got ropes, you know, along the walkways to kind of help guide people, right? And some people are carrying like sticks to kind of navigate around. So it does sort of try to show how society has changed. Also in the way that people have sort of broken off into various tribes, right? So you're introduced to the Alchemy Tribe at the beginning, which is Jason Momoa's tribe. And then you're introduced to some other tribes as the episode goes along. So that's interesting, and again, the show does a good job of showing that. But a lot of it didn't work for me. I really thought the premise was interesting, but to me, where the episode failed, at least, was the execution of that premise. It was kind of clunky in its storytelling, from the dialogue, which is terrible and laughable at times, which I know that wasn't what the show is intending, because it's a serious show, and I guarantee you they're going more for drama than they are comedy. But at times, like, some of the dialogue the characters were saying, I was laughing or rolling my eyes at. It was so silly, and at times I felt like I had to suspend a lot of my disbelief to get through the episode, because some of it all came off really, really silly. I will say there were a few things that did work for me in C. One, the cinematography. Oh my goodness, the cinematography in the episode was amazing. Really amazing. You could tell that Apple spent a lot of money on this show based on the cinematography, because the show looks gorgeous. Visually, it's stunning. There's this one scene in particular, which is not a spoiler, that stands out to me, is where Jason Momoa's character comes out of a cave, and as he's coming out of the cave, in front of him are some of the other members of his tribe, and the way that shot is framed, and the colors and everything, the light from outside is coming in, and so he's standing in front of the cave. It's such a gorgeous shot. And not only that, just the landscape of where the tribe is set, because they're living in, kind of looks like the Pacific Northwest. There's lots of tall trees and mountains and lakes, lots of green spaces. All of it gorgeous. Like, I want to live there. It looks so beautiful. So you can tell that they spent a lot of time and money on that. Jason Momoa is great in this show. He does exactly what you expect Jason Momoa to do. I mean, his character, he's brooding, he's breaking skulls, you know, he's larger than life, and it works. It works so well for what he's supposed to do. Like, Jason Momoa is great in it. Alfre Woodard is great in this, although I will say one of the negatives I will say about her character is not her fault per se, because her character name is Paris, and she's this sort of elder within the tribe that's very wise. Some of the dialogue they give her is just completely ridiculous, but she, you know, she commits to it and she delivers it, and because she's a fantastic actress. But there were times where some of the stuff she was saying, I was just like, I don't. Okay. I wish they would have spent a little bit more time with some of the other characters, because there's so many characters they're introducing in the first episode that it felt like they were spending more time on the world building than they were on the characters, which fine, makes sense. I mean, you've got to plot through a lot of stuff, because I mean it's one episode, right? There's going to be other episodes, and they'll probably flesh everything out. So I'll give it that. Overall, though, I just wasn't interested. It didn't keep my attention. It wasn't good, in my opinion, and most of it came off, as I said before, kind of silly. I will say, though, I am interested to see where it goes, mostly because I still find the premise interesting. I don't find how they executed the premise very interesting or very well done, but I want to see where it goes, because again, I think the premise is very interesting. So I'm likely to watch another episode, at least to kind of see what direction they're taking. I'm willing to give it another shot, just because there have been times in the past where I've watched a pilot episode of a show and it didn't really draw me in, and I gave it another shot and kept watching more episodes, and eventually it found its footing, and I end up liking the series. So I'm hoping maybe that'll be the case with C. I don't know. We'll have to see. So that's it for my review of C. Overall, didn't like it. I thought it was a little clunky. With the storytelling, the dialogue's pretty bad. Cinematography's great. Jason Momoa's great. Alfre Woodard's great. You can tell Apple spent a lot of money on the show, but didn't really draw me in with the first episode. Hit the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of C. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you like Jason Momoa? What did you think of the premise? So yeah, so share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like and share this review, and don't forget to subscribe.